Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's House. Today we're working on the One Sheet Wonder card that are the workshop that I did. And this has you making 8 cards using all one sheet of paper. And you're doing this using what I'm calling the 4 square stencils, where you do the 4 colors, rotate it, do the 4 again, rotate it, do the 4 again. And when you're done, you have a full sheet that you have created using those stencils. And so what I'm actually going to show you right now is the cutting guide. So in case you aren't familiar with the cutting guide, but this is how you'll need to do your cuts in order to get the 8 cards with your one sheet of paper. So what we got to do is bring our trimmer over and read our instructions. So the instruction says, start here at 5.5. So I'm going to find where I want to start at 5.5. And I think I would like to start here. I'm going to start here. And I'm starting here for 2 reasons. One is because I see a little bit of shim up here and I have some spare down here. So I know when you do the stencil, cardstock pieces aren't always exactly 12 by 12. The stencil may not be exactly 12 by 12. And so there will be places, and then you may not put your stencil down exactly perfect. So there may be places that can be cut off. And so I'm going to cut it from here. So it says to start here at 5.5. So I'm starting where the bulk of the paper won't be hurt if I cut from here. If I started, I don't know, from here, for example, I wouldn't be able to cut these 2 pages. You could start from here if you wanted, but this gets the bulk of it out of the way. And so I'm starting at 5.5. Okay. Then I'm gonna cut off that little bit right from the bat, and that's not part of the cutting guide because everybody's paper will look a smidgelet different. So now I have my 5.5 piece, and now I'm going to cut a 2-inch piece. And I would, when I'm cutting, I would normally have a little pile on my table. Card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually I don't have 8. But yeah, I would just make a place for that. And so I'm cutting piece 8. I would put this in pile 8. And then now this one, I need a 3-inch piece, 3 by 5.5. So this would go where card 3 goes. And now I need a 5.5 by 2.75. And then this one is actually only a 5-inch. So I'm going to cut this one because I've got another one of those boo-boos right here. So I'm going to cut this one at 5. And then I have another instance across this top. So I'm going to put this at 3.75. So now I have my piece for card number 2. Okay, now we've got our piece left over. And we've got this chunk to do. So the second arrow says, let's start here. So I'm going to find a good place, top or bottom. I'm going to just start here because I don't have anything wrong with this part. And I'm going to go to 4 7/8 because this is 3 5/8 across, 4 7/8 down, and they're both 4 7/8. So I find 4 7/8. And cut that. And then I need to cut from here 2 5/8. This is for card 6. And then this one needs to be 3 5/8. There we go. Got all those done. And now we have this one piece left. And so this is 4 7/8 across, and they're both smaller than that. So I'm going to turn it this way because this is a bigger edge and I like this edge better. 4 7/8. By 3 5/8. Same deal. This one's got a better edge. 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. This is for card 7. And then I have my last piece, which is 4.5. Let's see if yep, I need to cut a little bit off. 4.5 by 3.25. Let's see if any of this, yep, we got to cut some of this off too. So again, I can cut off some of that leftovers from the outside edges. So that gives me all of the pieces I need for my 8 cards, which I put in the appropriate piles, of course. But that is how you cut with the cutting guide that I have provided. So thank you so much for watching, and happy crafting.